So today we're going to be tackling a new problem that we've had with our heater in our travel trailer. We got a 96 Terry little travel trailer, 19-footer, and it's got a Hydroflame Dometic heater in it, propane fired. Problem is that it's not taking and igniting. So we went through a few diagnostics on there to take and check what was going on, and I believe the problem actually came down to the igniter board that we're going to change out today. We're going to walk you through this process. I'm hoping I diagnosed this thing right. It looks like that's the last thing on the list to take and check after going through everything. So this is our new board that we're going to be installing today. I got it from Dinosaur Electronics out of Lincoln City, Oregon. Why did I choose this one over an original one? Well, as I took and said before, when the flame doesn't light on this particular heater, the fan just continues to blow, so you get nothing but cold air. This particular model on here can retrofit newer and older ones to take and actually go through 3 trials, and on the 3rd time, if it doesn't ignite, it shuts the fan off, which means you're not blowing cold air on you all night long with no heat. And tools you might need for this job that will be helpful would be a voltmeter that will take and show you somewhere between 10 and 12 volts DC, because that's what it runs off of, a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, a pair of needle nose pliers, and if you have it, a micro tool set for taking and getting the sheet metal screws out. Sometimes it's a little easier to take and use that than your screwdriver. Okay guys, so we are here in front of our Hydroflame Dometic furnace inside of our RV trailer. And to access it, you'll just take and lift the bottom out and then slide the top cover off to take the grill out of the way. And this will take and expose the rest of the guts of the feed. So like I said, we went through a diagnosis process all over here with the voltmeter. There's plenty of videos on how to take and diagnose these things on why they're not going. But in this particular model, on there's a sail switch built way back inside and an upper limit switch to keep it from overheating. And what happened was, when I did my diagnostic testing, I was actually getting power to my board on there, but I was not getting power coming out of my board to open the valve for the gas to take and get in, nor was I getting the igniter switch to take and go through to ignite the flame inside. That's why I think that this is my culprit, but I am getting power to the board, so this is what we're going to swap out today, is this board with our Dinosaur Electronics new board, and I'm pretty excited about it. To get the board off, you'll just take and easily just disconnect the wiring that comes in here and your connector. And again, I'm not worried too much about ruining this board because I think it's pretty much gone and I got a new one. But we'll be very careful with our new board coming in. So now that I got the whole thing off of here, we can easily just take and use 2 screws to take and detach the board, which are quite lengthy, so we're going to pause this video because you don't have to take and see that while we're taking it. One other thing that we failed to take and mention before taking all this apart, again, we're not ruining anything on that if it's already broken, but we should take and pull the fuse going to our heater, because as we're applying our new board to this, the last thing we want to do is short it out. So my fuse box is right here with telling me which fuse to pull for my furnace, which is right here because I've already looked it up to speed up the video. So we're going to pull that out of the way for just a minute, so that there's absolutely no power going to this. You remember, this thing runs off of your battery, off of your house, they call it house battery, your 12 volt. So it doesn't run off of shore, no 110 volt. I said this is all 12 volt. So that's how I knew I could take and pull this one out. The other thing I'm doing is I'm connecting a grounding wire to me through my gold, because gold is a great conductor of electricity, to my finger, because when I touch this new board, I don't want to have static electricity take and zap any critical components in it. This one is electronically controlling the fan, so it has a microprocessor on it, so it's a little bit more advanced than just this one is. Orientation is key to everything too. So I've already undone the screws. As you can take and see, I want to make sure my board right here is lined up about as close as I can to that one. That way all my wires fit back in together in the same spot. So I'm just going to take and literally just swap them back in just like that, and we'll take and install the new screws to take and secure it, and we're good to go. Remember, the screws go from the bottom up, and then these are these little wing nuts that will take and hold it in over here, and this only has 2 screw holes for me to take and put it in. So that's what I'm going to do now, is put the screws in, tighten it back up, and then we'll get back to the installing of the wiring. Okay, so we have the new board installed on there. Very happy about it. We have an older furnace, and this board is actually designed to come out of this box here into a newer furnace, but Dinosaur Electronics had the foresight and thought to make this backwards compatible. So there's a jumper switch in the back, a couple extra wires that they gave me to take and route through the board to take and get this thing to work. And guess what? We tested it. It works fine. The LED turns green when we get power. The burner kicks on with the red. We tested the valve with the voltmeter when it came open, and it worked perfect right out of the box. So yeah, this time, this was the board, was a culprit. I would highly take and recommend going this route. I'm very satisfied with the product so far. And in the future, if we run out of propane at night, at least it won't be blowing cold air while we're trying to take and sleep. It'll shut off and give me the whole fan will shut off and not blow any cold air, giving me an opportunity to go out and swap tanks or whatever else I need to take and do to get the heat back on. Looking good.